Hey guys, it's Marshall Tingle with Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of June 13th through the 18th. So I don't know how it was at your house. I've got a pretty good idea, but it has been hot as blazes. There's one thing this has been good for, this kind of weather's been good for, and that's been rolling hay. I don't know if you've got all of your rows rolled up and knocked down yet, but everybody I've talked to or drove down the road and looked at their fields, everybody's got hay down and or rolled up. This is hay weather. Now, cattle weather, probably a little too hot for your cattle deal. So, and we've saw drastic change on that this week, and because of the weather. So, I don't have a full report because the USDA is still shut down for the federal holiday we had yesterday, but I can make a pretty good country boy assumption myself. Numbers and runs are drastically lower. Most barns had under 500 head, and a few of them just had just barely over 100 head, and it's just so daggone hot. You can't get these cattle up in the mornings. So much stress on the cattle, so much stress on you. It's just not a good combination to be trying to work cattle in 100-degree weather. Now, your feeder cattle, they do kind of reflect that a little bit as far as price on them. I'm going to call them pretty much steady, $2 to $5 lower. Now, we did have some instances of $7 lower, just depending on where you were and the temperature of the day. But all in all, your feeder cattle are going to be about $2 to $5 lower. Now, your yearlings, they're back just a hair. But like I said, it's just kind of the perfect storm right now of it being 100 degrees outside and $6 a gallon diesel fuel. It's just kind of having an effect on your market. Now, we are still fortunate. You know, a lot of places in the Midwest and the West, they're seeing some drastic impacts by this heat with cattle dropping and dying. Fortunately for us, we haven't seen that yet, and we've got to be very, very thankful for that. But let's talk about these cattle real fast. So like I said, lighter runs, slight drop in your feeder cattle market, but let's talk about them real fast. So your 3 and your 4 weight steer cattle this week, you're looking at $1.60 to $1.87. 4 and 5 weight steer cattle this week, somewhere around $1.80, and then your 5 and your 6 weight steer cattle about $1.53 to $1.65. So all in all, not too bad of a trade. Just showing you the impact of what heat can do and how hard it is to get cattle traded in the 110-degree weather, for lack of better words. Now, not a lot of loads came through the barn, but the ones that did come, pretty solid numbers on these. Not a lot of 8 weights, only had 2 loads of 8 weights that I could find. But I want to talk about some 6s, some 8s, and some 9s here to kind of give us a comparison on what we're looking at trading on your load cattle. So here's your 6 weights. Here's 73 head of these. These are mixed steers, 623 pounds on the average, $1.80. So not too bad of a trade. Now here's 62 head of these. These are going to be mixed steers as well, primarily blacks, but just a few Charolais and a few reds on them. You're going to be 848 pounds on the average at 158.90. So that's still solid. And then here's a big setup, and this is your 9 weights. Here's 53 head of these. These are going to be all blacks, 939 pounds on the average at $1.55.80. So that's still a really strong trade on a 9 weight. Like I said, with it being 100 degrees outside and $6 diesel fuel, that's a pretty good trade. Now, let's talk about your CME feeder cattle index. So the CME feeder cattle index was pretty much steady all the way up into Wednesday. And then once we got to Thursday, we saw a pretty solid jump on them. So let's go through those numbers real fast. So Monday the 13th, you're looking at $1.60.18. Then by Tuesday the 14th, $1.60.08. And then by the time we got to Wednesday, $1.60.56. So starting to see a little bit of a climb there. And then by the time we get up here to Thursday, check out this jump. Thursday, $1.62.17. So that's a really strong jump. They haven't released Friday's numbers yet because of the holiday, but I would assume it's probably going to be right on up there too, either steady at that 162 or it might even go up a little bit more, hopefully. So, like I said, if you have any questions about these numbers, about what the CME feeder cattle index is doing, or what you should do with these lightweight cattle, or some of your heavier cattle that you've got coming up, or if you've got a policy fixing to come to an end, feel free to reach out to us. Superior Ag Insurance. Call Ian Thomas at 859-613-2453 or check us out on the web, www.superioragins.com. Thank you so much. Stay cool out there. See ya.